Hello, I'm Fos Farhan, the Botanical Pharmacist, and welcome back to the Forage and Make video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a midsummer botanical bouquet. It sounds simple, and it is simple, and it's just really about helping you connect with nature, and particularly with the seasons. It being midsummer, it's a really good way of actually being aware of where we are in the seasons, and the sun obviously, and the length of the day and the night. So today it's midsummer and summer solstice, and with lockdown, Stonehenge and English Heritage are going to be doing it on a live stream on Facebook. So if you wanted to follow that, they're going to be live streaming from sunset today until sunrise tomorrow. I know I'm going to be tuned into that, and I'm hoping to camp in the garden as well and catch the dawn chorus tomorrow morning, but we shall see. I had planned to do that yesterday, but anyway. And midsummer or summer solstice is celebrated in a lot of cultures because of the sun, the life force, its effect on harvests and so on. And it has been also celebrated obviously in the UK as well, in some of the pagan traditions, which then got incorporated into the church. So we've got things like previously, bonfires are lit, people sort of celebrate, and there's a lot of superstition around that. And there's also even traditions where they use the soot from the bonfires and scatter it in the fields to promote a good harvest. And as I said, when the church started thinking actually that's too pagan and doesn't really fit into our way of thinking, they decided to rename that St. John Baptist Day, which falls around midsummer. And there are a lot of traditions as well as things like that, traditions around plants as well. So infamously or famously, we've got Midsummer Night's Dream with all the beautiful flowers and plants that are mentioned. So there is a lot. So we've got that. We've got also rosemary, for example. Again, one of the superstitions is if you put a plate with flower under the rosemary bush in the morning, on Midsummer Eve, in the morning you take it out and you see your the initials of who you're going to marry. So there's a lot of things like that. Also, St. John's Wort is called St. John's Wort over the feast of St. John the Baptist, because it flowers around midsummer. So there are a lot of traditions, and as I said, it really helps connect with nature and the rhythms of the seasons and of the year and so on. So what I thought I'd do today, obviously with midsummer, if you look around the gardens, parks, wherever you are, everything is blooming, everything is in full of life and so on. And I thought actually a really good way to connect with the seasons and also with midsummer and so on, or with nature, is to forage some plants and flowers. So I did that today. I went for a walk in Greenwich Park. So again, I live in London, so I don't live in the middle of the countryside, but we are blessed with lots and lots of plants to forage. So I shall go through them. It's not particularly pretty, but again, it's more of a memento of the day. And what I've done also is I'm just going to, if you go and do that and you go out and do that, just makes you realise what is in the season, and then look up what they are. It's a really good way of identifying them, particularly if you're trying to get into foraging. Also look up their perhaps their traditional uses, some of the medicinal uses, foods and so on. Really, really good way of connecting. So I shall go through these one by one. So this is yarrow. Again, I picked that from the heath actually, loads on there. And it's been traditionally used for menstrual disorders, so for period pain, for heavy bleeding and so on. But it's also used in teas as a digestive. So as I said, I'm not talking about making teas with these things, it's simply about foraging these, being mindful, looking at them, appreciating them, realising that actually they're out at this time of year. And then just perhaps, increasing your knowledge to find out what they're used for. So this is yarrow. Quite pungent. I'd say it's sort of quite similar to chamomile. I've also got something which is very similar to chamomile, and that is pineapple weed. Let me get it for you. Here it is. Again, it looks very much like chamomile, so the leaves and the flowers, but the flowers never open up like they do with chamomile. And again, they're quite a pineapple-y, cross between pineapple and chamomile. So again, used as a digestive traditionally for tea, so I'll put that in there. Mallow, there's so much mallow at the moment. Again, as I said, all of this I've picked from the heath. A lot of mallow there. The leaves are used to thicken soup, so they're edible. They're around most of the year. You know, the flowers are pretty as well. So again, another one to add to the one here. The roots have been used as well. The reason why it's used to thicken soup, it's got almost it's I don't want to say snot like, but it's mucilaginous, so it's that consistency, which is why it's used for thickening soups. Bit of grass here, just something pretty that I picked up. I did see some dandelions. They've died off actually. I didn't get around to putting them in the vase, so I think what I'll do is I'll pick some more tomorrow and add them in there. Dandelion, again, they've been used. It's diuretic actually. In fact, the traditional name is wet the bed. So that, and the leaves are, I don't think I've got any leaves at the moment. In French they're called dents de lion, so they look like lion's teeth, so they're jagged. But again, these flowers can be added to salads. Again, just sort of quite pretty. This is wild mustard. Didn't have any leaves on it, but I don't know whether you can see the flowers. Flowers are tiny yellow flowers. Again, it can be used in salads and so on. Hawthorn. So all the flowers have dropped off. I've talked about these before. This is sometimes called bread and cheese, and you can eat the flowers, and you can eat the leaves as well. Again, you can add them to salad and so on. But the flowers have now developed, they're starting to form haws, and that again is used traditionally in traditional medicine. It's a cardiotonic, so it's very good for heart issues, obviously if it's used by a medical herbalist. But again, this is another one that is out at the moment. And finally, I picked this. Let me just see if I've got the acorns. I don't think I've got those at the moment, actually. I think I've left them back in the kitchen. Oh no, here they are. I was drawn to them. I didn't actually know what it was, but it looked like an acorn, but not your traditional acorn. It looked quite flat, almost like pumpkin-like. So I've just looked it up, and I think it's called an overcap acorn, or overcap oak. And you can see the leaves look very oaky, but not with traditional ones because they're quite big. You can see there, and also the acorns are different. But I just thought I'd pick that. That's something new I've learnt today. So, actually, I said finally, I have got one last thing. That's some more yarrow there. These plantains. Don't know whether you can see them there. The leaves are flat on the ground, and the leaves are good for instead of dock leaves. So if you sting yourself with nettles, get some of those leaves, rub them on your skin, or scrunch them up first, rub them on your skin. This is far better for nettle rashes and things like that. So there we are. So as I said, I'm not a florist, and I'm not claiming to make the most elegant of bouquets, but it's certainly a reminder of today, and a reminder of my midsummer walk in Greenwich Park and on Blackheath. Right, well, enjoy your midsummer and happy foraging, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you at the next one.